Hello, hello. We are going live. I am just setting this up. Here we go. All right. So, hello, everyone. Happy Friday to you, wherever you are. My name is Kitty Shambliss, and I am the creator of the Loving Without Boundaries mission, which I started back in December of 2012. That later became a blog and then a podcast in August of 2015, as well as an online thriving community on Facebook called Loving Without Boundaries, Healthy Open Relationships and Lifestyle Freedom. If you are looking for community and a place to get support and not feel alone, I invite you to go onto Facebook and find our group there. We have a lot of amazing human beings who are courageous and bold, just like you, who are coloring outside of the lines of heteronormative monogamy. If you are watching this and are even just curious about that, please feel free to find us on Facebook. We post lots of great information and have amazing resources there as well. And we've really had a moment here in the world of consensual non-monogamy, in the sense that polyamory and open relationships have really been in the news lately. A lot of you may have been noticing that. The cover of New York Magazine. I actually was honored to be one of the people interviewed for a Wall Street Journal article that went out the week of January 22nd. And most recently in Axios DC, here in the Washington, DC area, in an online newsletter that went out this past Wednesday. And a lot of other people in our community that are colleagues and dear friends of mine have also been interviewed all over the country, and I'm sure all over the world as well. And so, with that, a lot of people have a growing curiosity about open relationships and polyamory. And I get asked a lot of time, how do you pick a mentor or a coach that works for you? And so, I want to just have a quick conversation about that for everyone here. So, I just got to keep it real because, like I said, I started my area in this almost 12 years ago. It'll be 12 years this year. When I had started, I was one of literally the only coaches that I knew of who was specializing in folks who are coloring outside the lines of heteronormative monogamy. And I was one of the few people who also had a podcast. We are now 240 episodes in since 2015. I'm proud to say we've interviewed some really amazing people. And literally in the last year or two, I would say there has been just a surge of lots of people who are coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, guess what? I'm a coach. Hey, I'm here to serve this community as well. And there can be a lot of, no offense, self-appointed gurus here and there. And there can be, of course, a lot of people who are legitimate and who have experience and knowledge that they can actually share. But I want to just help people figure out, how do you know the difference? Because coaching is an unregulated industry. You can get certified like I did, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but you don't have to have any coaching or certification to raise your hand and say, guess what, I'm a coach, or guess what, I'm a consultant, or here I am, and just put up a website in literally a couple hours. I mean, that's the world that we live in here in 2024. So I wanted to just talk about that as an unregulated industry, it is important to align yourself with a recognized and respected, credentialed industry leaders, such as the ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation, which is part of how I did get certified. So when you are picking somebody that you want to work with, I mean, we're talking about vulnerable conversations here. You're talking about your love life, your sex life, your orientation. This is sensitive information. So as you are looking for the right mentor for you, whether that is a coach or a therapist or whatever is what you're looking for, it is important to look into what is their background so that you can make sure that at the end of the day, it's all about results. Do you want to get results that from somebody that you trust and you respect in a short amount of time? That's what it really takes. So it's important to find who is going to be a respected, admired, and trusted professional, a successful professional, because at the end of the day, it's all about your results in your life and your relationships. Because the sad truth is that just like anything else, there are good doctors and there are bad doctors, and in any profession, right? So there are also good coaches and not great coaches. And the same goes for any other profession, including the profession that I pride myself in being a part of. So here are some of the things that you can look for. Most coaches can have one of two skill sets. So number one, they understand that maybe they need to have a type of strategy. Maybe they need to have some tools and some things that they're teaching. And they also may realize that they need to, the second skill set is to understand the psychology behind it, because that's really part of the skill sets, is what they're teaching and the skills and the strategies, and also understanding the psychology behind it. That doesn't mean that they are psychologists or psychotherapists, but you do need to understand the mind and how people make decisions and what motivates them to take action and put one foot in front of the other. So the highest level of skill set is also getting to a place of a master level of understanding human behavior, so that you know how to help people get to an actual outcome in the shortest amount of time with the least amount of suffering possible. How do you get them from point A to point B? It's really important to also have a structure and a system to help them get there. And that's definitely what I have, is a step-by-step proven system. Because just getting on a call and just talking for 55 minutes or even up to 60 minutes before you kind of get kicked out of the proverbial room, whether that's a Zoom room or a physical room like the one you see me sitting in now, that can only get you so far, just having a conversation in a vacuum. But having a whole structure and a system, that really puts that person at a higher level. So at the end of the day, again, the real answer is, how do you get results for your clients, from that perspective of being a master level coach. And that's really where, in this realm, I really stand above everybody else. So, but I want to still give you a framework of questions that you can ask with whoever you are talking with. So number one, ask yourself, have they done this for themselves? Yes or no? Are they in successful relationships where they are coloring outside of the lines of heteronormative monogamy? Because that is tricky. That is complicated. It can get very messy and it can go sideways very, very quickly without the right leadership, without the right coaching, without the right guidance, without the right support. Okay. Have they done it for themselves? Then number two, have they done it for other people? Yes or no? Do they have a proven track record? Is that track record one person? Is that track record 10 people, or is it hundreds of people? Have they really truly saved lives and done it with a high success rate, right? So and then number three, have they done it for a long period of time? Yes or no? Did they just put their website up yesterday, last week? Or do they literally have decades of experience over a long period of time? Because that's how you can really evaluate a coach and the quality of them. Because most coaches, they have not done it for themselves. They only have a little bit of theory. And then you have other people who have done it for themselves, but they've never done it for other people. That's a whole other ball of wax, knowing how to coach, hold that space, and also train and educate other people. That's how you pick a coach. And then that last is the length of time. And just to give you an example, I've been practicing consensual non-monogamy in some way, shape, or form for 2 decades, 20 years. And I've identified as polyamorous for about 15 or so of those years. I've been with my husband for 20 years, married for 18 this year, and also with my other nesting partner who lives with me for 8+ years. So long standing relationships. And I've been in this career, this is career number 2 for me, that I am deeply, deeply passionate about for over a decade. Like I said, I started my Loving Without Boundaries mission in December of 2012. That is a long period of time. So really backed by literal experience, living that lifestyle, because that is really, really important, as well as getting the training and the certification. And then number 4, and this is really, really important, is they got to care about you from the heart. heart to heart, building trust with your client, building that rapport, feeling that connection with your coach. Because sometimes you might find a unicorn coach, so to speak, who might have a great skill set, a great mindset where they understand the psychology, and maybe they even have some experience, but they may not actually give a hoot about coaching you from the heart and what your actual results are. They may just want the big bucks and the big stages, but you need a coach that is really going to be in your corner, who will really serve you and be there for you. So you need to know that they're going to have your back at all times. They're going to really be there for you. And it's not just about the money. Now let's talk about real certifications. So what is an MCC, or some of the letters that you see at the end of a coach's name? So some letters at the end of my name, for example, are CPC. That stands for Certified Professional Coach. That means that I went through IPEC, which is the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching. I always loved that it had the word excellence in there, and that was an over a year-long program. There was a lot of hoops that I had to jump through in order to get that certification. And then I went through ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation, which is one of the only outfits that's worth a hoot, because they are literally international and highly recognized. And I went from the ACC level, which is Associate Certified Coach, to PCC level, which is Professional Certified Coach, all the way up to MCC, which stands for Master Level Certified Coach. So the MCC credential represents the highest level of achievement in coaches and identities as a senior coach. So here are some statistics. In 2022, out of 50,500 members, 41,900 were holding any credential at all. 56% were ACC, 40% were PCC, and only 4% were MCC. According to the ICF, there are only currently 1,775 MCCs in the entire world. And for good reason, because this is a really amazing achievement and a recognition of anybody who does get to that level. And as far as I know, I am the only MCC level master coach who is serving the larger LGBTQ plus community and those who are coloring outside the lines of heteronormative monogamy, meaning serving those who are looking into polyamory, into open relationships, and consensual non-monogamy. That is a really big privilege and honor to do that. And I did that so that I could serve my clients at the highest level possible. And just to put another frame around that, there are over 71,000 coaches in the entire world. As of 2022, 42,000 are ICF certified, holding one of those three. But again, remember that only 4% of those are at that master level. So that means 1/10 of 1% of all coaches in the entire planet are MCC. And so I really just want to tip my hat to ICF for guiding me and all of the mentors and master level coaches that I trained under, for getting me to that level of seniority and true legitimacy. And it is an absolute honor to do that. And like I said, it's unlikely there's an MCC polyamorous affirming and consensually non-monogamous affirming coach who has that experience anywhere in the world. And you're hearing from one right here in this moment. And it is an honor, if you are watching this or listening to this later, to be talking to you right now and even be alive in this moment, to be seeing what we are seeing right now with the unprecedented levels of awareness and education that is happening right now around polyamory and open relationships. So don't leave your cherished relationships to chance or to any person who just decided yesterday or last week or even last year that they are now a coach. Make sure you're asking the right questions to see, again, have they done this for themselves? Yes or no? Have they done this for other people? And how many? Yes or no? Have they done this for a long period of time? And do they truly care about you? And look into their credentials. And I've been doing this longer than anybody else that I know in this particular niche. And I have the formal education at that master's level, which is, again, the top 0.1% of all coaches, by the way. And it takes a crazy amount of hours to achieve this. It can be very expensive, which is why it's also an honor and a privilege to be able to give back, to serve this community, to give you the help and the support. So I have high-level coaching programs, and I also have plenty of free resources on my website, my blog, my podcast. My book, of course, is very affordable. That is available on both Kindle, Audible, and print. Jealousy Survival Guide, How to Feel Safe, Happy, and Secure in an Open Relationship. And of course, we have our free online community as well. So, and also remember that jumping through all those hoops to get that certification, there's a reason for doing that, because if you do decide to work with a coach, you're getting better results in less time. We're really compressing time here. And I've lived this myself, and I've been on countless stages. I've even given keynote addresses, which is super fun and amazing to be able to do. And it is an honor to be able to serve this community and to be an expert in this field. And I'm happy to help anyone that wants it. Again, we have free resources all the way up to where if you are wanting more high level support. Community is everything. And you really made a great decision by being on all these different channels, getting the help that you need. And again, come to my free online community, or even sign up for our free newsletter if you are wanting that extra support, or if you also want to learn how to have less fear and anxiety when you are coloring outside of the lines of monogamy or in untraditional relationships, and more joy and connection and love and passion and better results and outcomes in your relationships. Because don't go this alone, folks. It can be game changing to have the right mentor in your corner who really has your best interests at heart and is there for the higher and greater good of your relationship, of your happiness, of your emotional, mental, and physical well-being, and the well-being of your most cherished relationships. Because I truly believe that is a fundamental right for us all to decide who we want to love, how we want to love, how we want to structure our relationships. And I also believe that when we are on our deathbeds, not to get morbid, but to keep it real, that it is going to be the love and the connections that we have had in our lives that really is where we are feeling that joy in our heart for what we have accomplished in our lives. And so if you improve the quality of your relationships, your most cherished relationships, no matter which ones you are in, you are also improving the quality of your entire life. So if you are looking for any other help and assistance, I invite you to reach out and get a call with me. I love giving back to the community and having these free breakthrough sessions where we just jump on a call. I see where you're at. What are you going through right now? And we have an honest, authentic conversation. You can do that right at this link, lovingwithoutboundaries.com/apply. That takes you right into my calendar. Just pick a time slot that works for you. I actually just opened up a few more slots literally today for this month because it was starting to get all blocked up there. And I want to make sure that you have some space to make a call to talk to me. And there'll be a brief form for you to fill out just so I can get a little bit of context for our conversation. And then we will simply jump on that call in a Zoom meeting, and we will just simply talk about what are your struggles? Where are you having some wobbles in your relationship? Are you dealing with jealousy, insecurity, shame, or guilt, or the pain of past infidelity in your relationships? And you're doing your best to find a better way to live your life in the most authentic way that works for you. And if we are a fit to work together, if I believe I can help you, I will walk out a step-by-step plan to do just that. If we are not a fit, that is okay. Or if the timing is off, I will let you know that, and I will do my level best to steer you in the best direction for you so that you do get the support that you need here across the board. So, so either way, you will get an outcome on that call, and I will be there to serve you. So again, that's lovingwithoutboundaries.com/apply. And also you can go to my website, lovingwithoutboundaries.com, and also get all those free resources I talked about and just learn more. If you're simply curious, I want to make sure that you're getting your questions answered as well. Okay. So with that, I will sign off here and just say Happy Friday to you. Have a wonderful weekend. I'm sending so much love and light out to you, and know that myself, my team, my community, Loving Without Boundaries, is here to support you on your path so that you live the best life for you. And with that, I will say goodbye. Take care.